Can't hear a word you're saying. All right, we're back live. We're back out in open session.
I was just going to ask, will we still be recorded while we were in closed session?
No, no,
Okay,
it just started.
thank you.
Mr. Mayor, you have a motion to certify that you only talked about that matter for which you went into closed meeting.
Okay. Whereas the Town Council of Dumfries convened in closed session on a recorded vote in accordance with the provisions of the Virginia Freedom of Information Act, and it requires certification of the Town Council according to Virginia Code 2.2-3712 that such closed meeting was conducted in conformity with Virginia law. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Town Council of Dumfries hereby certifies by vote to each member's knowledge that only public business matters lawfully exempt from open session were discussed in the closed meeting, to which this certification resolution applies. Only such public business matters as identified in the motion convened in closed session were heard, discussed, or considered by the Town Council. All right, I'll make that motion. And Councilwoman Miles second. I got it. All right. I don't think there's any discussion on the motion. All right. Councilman Fields. He's frozen. Councilwoman Miles.
Yes.
Councilwoman Willis.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeVille.
Aye.
Councilman Fields.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Nickerson.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I got you. And that's a yes for me. All right. Certification passes 6-0. All right. So next on the agenda is a public hearing and an ordinance to authorize the town manager to execute a purchase and assignment of rents and lease of the town telecommunications facility located at 3460 Canal Road. All right, town manager, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mayor. So the ordinance that's before you is to give me authorization to execute a duly advertised purchase and assignment of rents or lease of town telecommunications facilities. The town advertised this, and I can report that we received no additional bids pursuant to this item tonight. So following the public hearing this evening, I am looking for a motion to approve from the council.
Okay. Any questions from the council? Okay. Seeing none, I will open up the public hearing, see if there's any attendees tonight. Okay. Seeing none, I will close the public hearing. All right. And we look for a motion to authorize the town manager to execute a purchase and assignment of rents and lease of the town communications facility located at 3460 Canal Road.
So moved.
So moved by Councilwoman Miles.
Second.
Second by Vice Mayor Nickerson. Okay. Any further discussion on that motion? All right. Seeing none. Councilwoman Miles.
Yes.
Councilwoman DeVille.
Aye. I said aye.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Councilman Fields.
Aye.
Okay. Councilwoman Willis.
Aye.
And Vice Mayor.
Yes.
And that's a yes for me. That motion carries 6-0. All right, next on the agenda is a discussion of staff positions. Councilwoman DeVille.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. So this is the agenda item that we discussed earlier. That was a request back or over the summer in July. And okay, I was having technical difficulties with my video, but yes, to have descriptions for all town jobs, all town staff positions, and to have the salaries going back 3 years for all positions. And we know over time, positions have changed, right? So if we haven't had the positions years, we cannot have salaries for those 3 years. But just going back over 3 years, showing what those salaries were. And so this motion or this item is all about directing town staff to do so. And so that breakdown, and I just want to clarify, due to the conversation and comments that came up earlier, would most likely be the town manager providing the job descriptions, which several of them he did provide, but not all of them. And most likely with the treasurer going back, just having a screenshot report of all the positions and their salaries over the past 3 fiscal years.
You say mainly we didn't get the treasurer, you said, the change in the treasurer? and all?
Yeah, so I think, because comments were made earlier when we were talking about this, putting it on the agenda, and I just want to clear that up. So the town manager has provided some job descriptions, not all. And the treasurer could run the report with the salaries going back 3 years. I think the comment was made earlier, the town manager doing all this stuff, but the treasurer could actually do that portion with the salaries for the past 3 years.
Well, can you make that in the form of a motion so I can?
Yes,
all
I move
right.
council direct staff to complete the staff report request.
Complete staff report. Okay, got it. All right, that's a motion. Is there a second? Councilwoman Miles?
Mhm.
Okay, all right, discussion on the motion. All right, staff report. All right, discussion. Vice Mayor Nicholson.
Town manager, as Councilwoman Neville has stated multiple times, this is a request that originated back in the summer. For whatever parts of the request that were not fulfilled, why was that? Is there something missing? Is there a reason? Help me understand why here we are asking for this again as if the request had not been fulfilled completely.
Well, Vice Mayor, could you please just direct your remarks to the chair, and then I will ask the town manager.
Okay, my apologies. Mr. Mayor, please ask the town manager how or why we are here months later still asking for this same request. Is the town manager under the impression that the request has been fulfilled, or is there a reason why there are some things missing, a justifiable reason why there are some things missing and we're still having this conversation?
Okay, town manager.
Thank you, Mayor. Let me see where to begin. The request came through, I believe, the first time in June, and at that time there was a limited time frame given to provide the information. I provided everything that I could provide within the time frame given, with the explanation that it was within that limited time frame that the request will require documents to be created. There's not a report that can be run to generate this type of information. As we know, the town has not had a personnel management system that's electronic, so that's not possible to do. In July, a position description for every town position that we currently have at that time was provided. A spreadsheet was created that listed every current position, every salary, as well as a 3-year average for that position. So I'm happy to comply with the request. However, I am not aware of what is missing from the information that was provided.
Vice Mayor, did that answer your question?
It does, because what I believe I heard, Mr. Mayor, is that the town manager feels as though he has fulfilled the request. What I'm hearing from Councilwoman Neville is that there are still some missing elements.
Okay. All right, Councilwoman Neville, do you want to respond to the Vice
Definitely.
Mayor and the Mr. Rogers?
Thank you. Those are flat out untruths, and it's all in the emails. We did not have all the positions, and you do have access to pull together a screenshot of the salaries when you look back in past budgets. especially with the current budget we're under, because there were a lot of questions when it was approved. And so everything was kind of broken down different ways as they had been in the past. And we did not have all the positions. And one other point I want to make about the positions and job descriptions, when new positions are created, it's kind of going to be like an ongoing thing, so we need to know job descriptions for the positions. And that's as simple as, hey, if you don't want to go back and look through other files that do exist, asking the staff what they even think their job description entails. But having a job description for all positions is not a complicated question. It's something we should definitely have on file somewhere in our possession, and we don't. And to be quite specific, and I can't be any more clear than this, we never received all the job descriptions, period. And so the other thing, it's not about recreating a doc. It's a job description. So the other thing is salaries going back 3 years. All the positions that we've had in the past 3 years and putting their salaries. Now, when we have thorough budgets, it's not that it's impossible and we have to assume an average of what the actual salary was. We know what it was. Or there's access to it. I'm asking to have it in a snapshot so it's clear for us. So, this is foiable information because the information I received is in an email. All I'm asking is for a complete answer. We have not received that. And everyone has access to what I'm talking about in their email. So, Mayor, I can't continue conversations about lies, but all I'm asking for is a complete report that I've asked, and I've been saying July, so thank you, Town Manager, for bringing it back to my memory in June. It is now October.
Mayor, if I may,
Thank you.
Hold on one second, Mr. Rogers. Hold on.
Yeah. So I just want the report completed. That's it. You can have staff, if this is approved, go back, look at what was already submitted, see what's missing, get that done. Pull the salaries going back 3 years. That's it.
Okay. Mr. Fields, and then I'll come back. Mr. Fields, you were next.
This original, yes. And this original request was asked for by the council or just Council Lady Neville? I can't remember.
It was an email that Councilwoman Neville sent. That's
okay. So my question is, if we are a town that is continuously looking forward and building forward, and we have these great reviews from getting awards that our town manager has received for us, a great budget this and great budget on that, and we have a wonderful town for us this and a wonderful town for us that, getting awards for and recognition. Why are we looking backwards 3 years? I mean, we're supposed to be looking forward. Why are we looking backwards 3 years? We do what we've dealt with in the past year in that budget, and we go forward. Why are we asking for something 3 years ago? I don't understand that.
I think the motion on the floor is to direct staff to complete the staff report requests. You're asking why is the motion being made for 3 years? Is that your question, Councilman Fields?
Yes, sir. If we continuously looking forward to build a better town going forward, why are we asking for something 3 years ago? That's backwards thinking to me, or backwards planning.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know what I'm talking about. We got an HR expert here too.
All right, Mr. Rogers, give you an opportunity, and then Vice Mayor, and then we'll call for the question here. Mr. Rogers.
I'm not attempting to prolong the conversation. I just simply wanted to state that I have never had an issue with providing information to the council or the public. So any representations of that are just not the case. I'm happy to work to try to figure out what may be missing or not satisfactory. I was happy to put together the report that we put together to fulfill the previous request. So I just simply wanted to offer that this doesn't have to be contentious or on the part of anybody, because the information can absolutely be provided and has been provided. And if there's something that's not satisfactory, I'm happy to work to get to satisfaction. But I think it was the last email that actually came from you, which forwarded my previous request. Council can see that the information is there. So if there's something that's not there, I'm happy to work to satisfaction. So I just simply wanted to state that it doesn't have to be a contentious argument. I'm happy to provide information, and I have done so. And if that's not satisfactory, I'm happy to continue to work to satisfaction.
All right. Councilwoman Willis, and then Vice Mayor. And then I'm gonna give Councilwoman Miles the opportunity, and then we'll move forward. Councilwoman Willis.
The information that Councilwoman Novell is asking for was not all given. I remember seeing part of it, not all of it. And it seems like every time someone on this council asks for specific numbers from the budget, we get double talk. We get no answers, nothing given to us at all. And I don't care how many awards we've had, doesn't matter. Can you tell me what a police officer makes a year? Can you tell me what the admin assistant makes? Can you tell me what the treasurer makes? Can you tell me what any of those people specifically make? Not one of us in this, sitting here on this council, can tell you those answers, not one of them. Every bit of it, well, if the vice mayor can tell us, and she's seen something that none of us have seen. So the thing about it is that, you know, I'll be off council at the end of the year. So I hope the budget process continues as it always has been. No information to anybody. So there you have it.
Okay, Councilwoman Miles, anything, the motion on the floor is to direct staff to complete the report.
Well, no, I don't have
Anything in the motion? Yeah,
to add, but just to the town manager's point, if this doesn't have to be contentious, we could just go ahead and make the motion and proceed. If it ain't no big deal, let's just go ahead and make the motion. He can submit the report, and we can be done with this.
calling for the question.
Yeah, well, unless the vice mayor has something to add.
Vice Mayor, did you have any further comments before I take the vote?
I do. To the town manager's point about this being contentious, I think that as we are all here, a part of the same team and working together, if there's a misunderstanding between what you ask for and what I give, I think it's important that we work together to resolve that rather than to assault someone's character by accusing them of lying. I think that that is unprofessional, and I don't think that this is the median for which we should display that type of behavior, especially when we are referring to one of our own staff members who works very hard to represent us. And then to address what Councilwoman Willis mentioned, I do have the same email that we were all sent on July 7th that shows us numbers. Now, if you're talking numbers from 3 years ago, that I've not dug far enough to say whether or not I can verify that we've received it. But for current years, we do all have that because we were all copied on the same email. But the point that I want to make is that I think we need to be very careful with the way we are characterizing our town manager, because as a person, it makes it very difficult to come to work like that. And as a person who is a steward of our community and of our council, I think that when we have disagreements or there are things, as I've said, that are misunderstandings, because we are all adults and all professionals, there's a way that we can go about addressing that without assaulting someone's character.
Practice what you preach.
All right, so I'm gonna now call for the questions. I definitely attach myself to those comments there, Vice Mayor. We But the motion on the floor right now is if we want to direct staff to complete staff report requests. The motion made by Councilwoman DeVille and second by Councilwoman Miles. All right, I'm gonna call for the question. Councilwoman Willis.
Yes.
Okay, Councilwoman DeVille,
Aye.
Councilwoman Miles,
Yes.
Councilman Fields,
No.
okay, Vice Mayor Nickerson.
No.
And that's a no for me. The motion is 3-3 and it fails. All right, next on the agenda is a closed session discussion of specific employee pursuant evaluation Virginia Code 2.2-3711 Alpha 1.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I
Did
do
you-
apologize. I believe
Yeah.
this is the matter that I had worked on
Staff
for
position, yeah.
based on Councilwoman Neville's issue. So I would give you a slightly different motion.
Okay, thank
It's
you.
one matter of consultation with legal counsel regarding specific legal matters requiring the provision of legal advice by such counsel and assignment of duties, and it's possible creation of new position pursuant to Virginia Code Sections 2.2-3711A1 and 8.
So moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, is there a second? Any discussion about going back to closed session to have this discussion? Okay, seeing none, I'll call for the question. Councilman Fields,
Yes.
Councilwoman Miles,
Yes.
Councilwoman DeVille,
Aye.
Councilwoman Willis,
Yes.
Vice Mayor,
Yes.
and that'll be a yes for me, 6-0. It's 9:12. Do y'all need a break or y'all want to go direct?